Hi everybody, happy Miss Universe 2018 preliminary morning. The original preliminaries, the live version was at 4 a.m. California time, and I was supposed to watch it live, but then I fell asleep 20 minutes before the show started. So I watched it as soon as I woke up this morning. I have all my favorites picked out. It is time for the review. I am filming on my iPhone 8, so if you see me looking in the view screen here and not at the little camera hole here, I'm sorry, just so you know what's going on. I have my DSLR over there, but then the thing is charging and I'm ready to get in this. Like, I've been waiting all year for this. Let's just do this now. First things first, I have no problem with the stage. I love the stage. It is new, it is fresh, it is unique. I'm happy with it. No complaints for me when it comes to the stage. I think it's something great and nice and different, and I approve. The format, and if you don't know, the Miss Universe format is going to be top 20 broken down into the continent of Europe, the Americas, Asia and Africa, wild cards, and who am I missing? Europe, America, Asia, Africa, wild cards. That's correct. And 5 from each of those groups. Now, I understand wanting to do continents this way to be able to bring in countries that normally don't have representation, which is nice. I love to see new countries in the top, but I feel like it's a hindrance to them because let's say you bring in a country, what's a country that's not participating like that? Tahiti. Okay, Tahiti's not here. Let's say Tahiti's not necessarily a powerhouse and wouldn't have necessarily made the top 20 in the normal format, but because of the continent breakdown, they were thrust into the top 20. You're not really giving them a shot at top 10. Like, you're letting them walk in top 20, but there's no way they're gonna walk in top 10 because they never really had a shot against those powerhouses to begin with, if you see what I'm saying. You know, they're just gonna get knocked out in the next round. To me, it's just more fair to let the girls who deserved it, who earned it, and who have the stamina to continue on and fight against powerhouse countries like the Philippines and Colombia and Venezuela, let them continue on and have their fighting chance, rather than thrusting in, you know, girls who did okay, but have no fighting chance against them. I think it's just more fair to just have the top 20 be the top 20, and hey, if we have to have a top 20 full of South Americans, then so be it. If they're the ones that have trained for it, if they worked so hard for it, if they've earned it, then South American top 20. This edition of Miss Universe, first of all, we got a lot of really great girls, and I'm loving to see this, but there's a lot of South Americans who have the capacity to be in top 20. And if it wasn't for this continent breakdown, I feel like they would be there. Like El Salvador, I feel like she's not going to be able to make it into top 20. But with the normal format, she probably had a chance. Same thing with like Dominican Republic, Curacao. Those 3 girls all have the capacity to make top 20, but because of this continent breakdown, some of them might make it, but not all of them will, even though all of them could have, if you know what I'm saying. The format is how it is. Accept it, move on. Here are my top picks. Too excited. Oh, I got something on my shirt. Whatever. My top picks, starting with Europe. Now I have some stuff to say about Europe. All right, I got some stuff to say. Europe, for the last several editions of Miss Universe, the whole continent, I have had a problem with, because though they are sending extremely beautiful girls, and I think especially in this edition, they sent some gorgeous girls, I am not getting life from these girls at all. Like, if I was supposed to get life from Europe, I would be dead. When is the last time, just, pageant fans, let's think about it. When is the last time we saw Denmark, Poland, Hungary, Finland, Albania, Ukraine? Like, when's the last time we saw a Europe packed top 20? Or like 4 girls from, in the top 20? Europe! And I'm bringing this up because I only have 4 people written down for the continent of Europe. Like, I could honestly go through my notes and maybe pick a 5th, but it's just like, to me, it's just like, why? So starting with Europe, the people that I have in the continent, starting with Great Britain, her performance wasn't bad. It was just, she didn't take my breath away. She didn't wow me. She did well, okay? I'm not saying she didn't do well. She definitely did well, no doubt about it. But she didn't take my breath away. There was just no like spark moment where I was like, oh yes, like, but she did well. So she probably will make to the top in Europe, and she will still have a fighting chance as long as she like brings some sort of spark, something that snatches the audience's attention, makes us love her, makes us be like, oh my God. I love your dreads, by the way, like, and you're styling them, and my brother has dreadlocks, and I'm going to show him your picture. He loves to see other people that have hair like him. Bring some spark when you come to the stage, because you know who you're up against, okay? Let's not play. You got some powerhouses on you, so you need to bring me queen. Let's get to my girl crush. Nobody paid attention to Russia except for me. Russia was my girl. I have had a girl crush on Russia since she was crowned. She has such a unique look. She is so gorgeous to me. I have been following her Instagram, and I definitely put her in the Europe group. Did you guys see Russia's evening gown? Did you see it? Queen. And I am so happy. Not only did she not do a nude, I'm so tired of nudes and white. I'm just done with nudes and white. Thank you, Russia, for wearing a gown that was not only a color, but it was a ball gown, and you queened the hell out of it. I saw her, I was like, yes. And I've seen her in ball gowns before. That seems to be her thing, because I've been watching her Instagram, and it's so nice to see it on a Miss Universe stage where all the shapes of the dress is just the same silhouette. She came with a ball gown, and we will get to the other ball gown, okay? I am proud to put Russia into the continent of Europe. I think she's the first person I put down. Like, I loved her going into this, so to see her perform so well on stage, I was just like, I knew it. I called it. You're my girl. I love you. Thank you, Russia. Yes. I don't care what anybody says. Me being an American, loving the Russian girl. I love the Russian girl. Sue me. Moving on. Spain. Per her performance on stage, Spain killed. Period. The end. She's in the competition. She went on stage. Spain killed. Her performance killed. Spain did what she had to make top 5. There's no arguing that she's going to be in top 5 for that continent. She will be. And the other person, the fourth person, because I don't have a fifth person for Europe, is Albania. Now, Albania, she's gorgeous. Never been a question about that. She's another person I follow on Instagram. She's beautiful. But her type of sexiness, or I feel like she brings too much sex appeal. She does a little bit too much. She just goes overboard with it. Like, she does the like, with the mouth and everything. It's a bit much for me. It is. And I don't think it's very becoming of a Miss Universe, the way that she presents that sometimes. But for the purposes of making the top 5 in her continent, she will. Albania, top 5 for Europe. She should make top 20. So those are my top 4 for Europe. Russia, Spain, Great Britain, and Albania. You guys can throw in whoever else for Europe, because yeah. Moving on to the Americas. I think that's where the party's at. Party's in America, apparently. Canada. That's not even a debate, right? Canada came with the body. She came with the personality. She came with everything. Like, Canada is queen material. Canada is, look, I'm just gonna like call it and say Canada's definitely gonna make top 10. I don't see how this is debatable. Canada blew it out of the water. Colombia, I watched her be crowned, and in the beginning, I just wasn't thrilled with Colombia. I just wasn't thrilled. Not that she's not gorgeous. Of course she's gorgeous. We all know, like, she's gorgeous. When I was watching, like, her swimwear, I felt like it was not natural, that she just had very sharp, rigid movements, and I didn't like it at all. And it was just not reminding me of past Colombias that I had seen. But when she showed up to do swimwear, she did well. But Colombia, I would like to say thank you to Colombia for not only wearing a color on stage, because all these nude and shiny and metallic gowns, like, thank you for wearing a color, but thank you for wearing a ball gown. I love ball gowns. They are so princessy. It's so nice to see a different shape on stage. Just Thank you, Colombia. And we all know, like, the last couple of Colombias has had like the same type of style of dress, and it's always been like this diamond encrusted gown for like the last 3 Colombias. What there was, the one Colombia, hers was gold, and the other 2 were like diamond encrusted silver gowns. So to see her come out wearing an actual fabric with an actual like bright color, it worked so well. It was so beautifully designed, and it was a ball gown. Thank you, Colombia, for bringing that dress. You looked gorgeous in it. You are definitely part of my top 20. She is in the America group. Canada, Colombia, Puerto Rico. Do I have any special notes for Puerto Rico? I don't have special notes for Puerto Rico. I think she just did fine. What scores did we give out for Puerto Rico? Venezuela. Admittedly, I got a little scared about Venezuela because I was watching her behind the scenes, her doing interviews, her Instagram, everything that was going on. And I was a little bit like, I don't know if she's gonna be able to come through because her styling was kind of inconsistent, and she hasn't even styled her hair any other way other than the way it's been. Like, she wasn't really bringing that X factor to where she's shining in every moment. She's shining in whatever outfit she's wearing. She wasn't bringing that for me, so I was a little bit scared. But then she stepped on stage today, and I was just like, oh, Venezuela's here. She's here. No problem. Like, yeah. Mexico, to round out the Americas. Mexico has been killing it in all international competitions for pageants. Like, Mexico is the country this year, and they've brought the same thing with their representative today. So that rounds out my picks for the Americas. Moving on, we have the Africa, Asia continent picks. For that one, I have Kenya. Kenya. I loved Kenya. Kenya to me was a beautiful surprise. Don't tell me she wasn't. She came out like a queen. Her skin was glowing. Her smile was bright. She had that short cropped hair. I don't care. She was amazing. Kenya, like, she was walking with confidence. She had just such a bright smile. Thank you, Kenya, for coming to life, pounding that stage. Yes, you're a part of my top picks. Just yes. Yes, you guys. Yes. India is part of my top picks. India comes to stage with a lot of confidence. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she wants. I would like to see a little bit more personality from her, but India. South Africa. South Africa is a gorgeous girl. The only problem I really had was her evening gown. It's very ethereal and it's very nice, but it's not screaming, I am Miss Universe. And when you're walking the Miss Universe stage, you need to scream, I am Miss Universe. Like, we should look at you and be like, oh, snap. Hey, Miss Universe. Like, and I just didn't, like, I saw her and I was thinking Angel, but I wasn't thinking, oh, Miss Universe. I wasn't. And that's a problem for her because she's a serious contender. She will definitely make top 20, but guaranteed she's got another gown packing with her. Guaranteed, because that is not Miss Universe. Though it was gorgeous, it's not making us all think Miss Universe. But you're still top 20, girl. You know you are. Like, you know you are. Come on, South Africa. Back to back. Here we go. Moving on. Thailand, home country. Everybody loves her. Obviously, she's the home. What are you gonna say? It's Thailand. Thailand does well, but she's another one of those girls that I'm not getting the personality from. Like, she brings regalness for sure. Like, she is a regal queen. When you look at her, she looks like a queen. She just has that air of, I am a queen. Like, Thailand has that. But when you're Miss Universe, you need to be a queen that we want to hug, that we want to talk to, and I don't always get that from her. She's not as approachable, I guess, as she should be. So Thailand will make the top, but once again, personality, please. I am so happy though, because when I saw Thailand win her crown, I was iffy. I was iffy on Thailand. But whoever her coaches are, whoever the team is behind Thailand, they know how to bring out a queen, you guys. Thailand knows how to bring out a queen. Like, her from start to now is like, what? Like, they did some like Philippines type training on Thailand and molded a queen. Like, welcome to the top 20, Thailand. And then rounding out the Asia Africa, I have my personal favorite. Nobody called her, nobody was saying anything about her ever. Only me. Only I was. And I was right. And I've always been right. Vietnam. I'm telling you, I'm going to be completely honest. Even before this competition started this morning, Vietnam has been my favorite. She's always been my favorite ever since I went through just to get like a background on the girls, and I landed on Vietnam and I watched her win her crown. Vietnam has been my favorite. Vietnam is going to make top 20. Vietnam is killing, you guys. And I don't understand how people didn't have her. Like, it just made me seem crazy. I just watching people not put Vietnam in their top picks even before the competition started. I'm like, did you guys not see her kill swimwear for Miss Vietnam for her competition? Did we all miss that glowing bronze skin, that beautiful smile, her, like, you missed all of that? Because I knew she was top before all of this started. So then she came on Miss Universe stage and did exactly what I knew she would do. She killed. Vietnam is my favorite. She's my favorite. Did you see her in evening wear? Did you see that? Did you see? As far as I remember, she's the only yellow dress. She has my favorite dress. She slayed that dress. She's got the personality. She's got the charisma. She has that regalness. She's gorgeous, but she's personable. You guys. Vietnam's my girl. Okay, and then we have the wild cards, because I know there's some people sitting back right now like, there's some names you didn't call, Devana. Like, there's some names you didn't say. And for this to even be a reputable review, there's certain names that must be spoken. Yes, I know. I really don't think it matters whether I put them in their continent call out or their wild card call out, like whatever, they made the top 20. But, so let's just say the name that I haven't said, that everybody's sitting back like, oh, you're really not gonna say her name? Of course I'm gonna say her name. The country of the Philippines, Catriona Gray. There is no debate that Catriona is going to make top 20. There's no debate whether she, makes it in the country bracket or the wild card. I don't really think it matters. But of course she's in the top 20. Of course, like, did you not see Catriona doing the swimwear walk, hit that turn with that face at, like, Catriona came out in swimwear with the brightest smile, having the time of her life, and she probably was, because she knows she's a front runner, having the time of her life, hit that turn with the slay face, came walking, still walking with that bright smile, hit her pose, and then here she comes with evening gown, and her evening gown still had the silhouette and style of the gown that she won in when she won Miss Philippines Universe, but she kind of had like a feathery like touch to it. It almost looked like it was inspired by the Mikimoto crown, which as far as I know is that the crown that we're using still? I thought possibly we would have a new crown. I'm unconfirmed, I don't know, but I just heard something. But it looked like her dress was kind of inspired by the Mikimoto crown. You can see like the little feathers on it and everything, and I had no serious problem with her gown. She's going to have a different one for finals for sure, because that's not a finals dress, but her gown was nice, but her walk was even better. She just, we all know how Catriona walked, and we were waiting for it till she got to the end of the runway, did that turn, hit that face. Queen, done. The girl deserves a bow. You are a queen, Catriona Gray. We all know. I'm so happy that you are. I mean, as far as I know, she's a very nice person. She's not stuck up in any way. She is a queen through and through. We love you, Catriona, for just slaying so hard. I love to see girls slay. And she slays. She slays. She slays. Moving on. Australia. She is so fresh. She is so bright. She is so just bubbly and beautiful, and like everything about her is just a breath of fresh air. Like, she seems so natural and gorgeous and youthful, and just, I don't know, there is just something about Australia. Like, I kind of see it in Kenya and I kind of see it in Vietnam. They just have this freshness about them, but Australia has it the most. Like, she's got cucumber melon eking out of her skin, and she just smells like a dewy day as soon as she wakes up in the morning. Like, there's something about her that is just so wonderful, and yeah, she's in the top 20 for me. It's Ecuador. What did I write down with Ecuador right here? Oh, Ecuador. I think she's the one. Ecuador is the one that brought that personality during swimwear. She had that smile and she had that charisma and everything. So I put her, and you know, El Salvador came right after her. The South American countries, man, they are not to be messed with. But I have Ecuador in here alongside USA. USA. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. It might be kind of a fight for USA to make top 20. I'm not going to say it's a for sure shot. She's got it. I know it's USA and people expect it, but I'm not, just because she's USA, I'm not going to be like, oh, she makes top 20. I want her to make top 20. Hello, flag. But God, she's got tough competition. I mean, especially to be in the Americas, she's got competition, because I have actually 6 people in the wild card slot, and I'm not really sure about them, which was USA, Dominican Republic, and Kazakhstan. So USA, I think it's a pretty safe bet that she'll make the top 20. She did perfectly fine for swimwear. I just wish she would she's got a great personality. Like USA, I feel like she won Miss USA because when I watched her win, the reason that she was able to knock those other girls out who were like a lot of people's shoo-ins to win was because they got out-personalitied by Sarah Rose Summers. You can be taller than Sarah Rose Summers. You might be able to slay harder than Sarah Rose Summers. You cannot out-personality Sarah Rose Summers. Her personality is the best thing that she's got going into this competition. And I feel like it wasn't as bright during prelims as it was during Miss USA. And it might be surrounding all this controversy poor girl is going through right now. I feel for you. And I feel like it might have had an impact on her performance, because I've seen her be brighter. I have. But even besides that, Sarah, you are a bubbly, wonderful, happy girl. Just need you to bring a little bit more slay, like a little bit more fierceness. Bring a little bit more. Oh, I know who it is. I need you to bring some Albania into your Miss USA, Miss Universe performance. Because Albania is the one that's probably has an excess of slayage and an excess of like doing the face a bit much. Sarah could use a little bit of that. So steal some from Albania, you know, mix in a little bit of, you know, attitude. You'll be okay. That's the only way I see her being able to knock out Catriona Gray. Because she can out personality anybody. But if you're going to make a play for Miss Universe, you got to be fierce, Sarah. Bring the fierceness. And put the haters out of your head. But you better bring it, girl. Bring it, because between Vietnam, Philippines, even just those 2 girls, you're not going to be able to beat them without slaying, without bringing fierceness. Your personality here is not enough. And I don't know if the whole controversial stuff is going to impact the placings. So I don't know. But I had her on here along with Dominican Republic and Kazakhstan. And Kazakhstan was another girl. She like really, really brought personality and slayage. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. So I was just like, okay, Kazakhstan, I see you. Yeah, Kazakhstan has my acknowledgement. I acknowledge you, girl. I do. Let's see who I had marked down for great dresses. Australia. I had Australia marked down for her dress. She had a phenomenal dress. Colombia, I had her marked down for her phenomenal dress. And Russia, I had her marked down for her phenomenal dress. And my favorite dress of all was Vietnam. Hands down. She slayed. Amazing. And Vietnam was the person that I gave a 10 to for evening gown. She deserved it. Like there was no, I don't want to hear it, Philippines fans. I don't want to hear it. When it comes to evening wear, I'm sorry. Vietnam came out the box. So there. In my notes, I have that Canada slayed swimsuit. I put Guam is cute. I guess she had like a really laid back walk. She was really like relaxed on stage and it was nice to see. Kazakhstan attitude from her. Canada, the dress, it fit super well. It had gorgeous details, impeccable details, wonderful. Cayman Islands, love your hair. Like, I'm a black girl, obviously, so I know how difficult it can be to get nicely defined, shiny curls, and your hair looks so soft and wonderful. I love your hair, Cayman Islands. Colombia's dress, I went through that. Her dress, the color, the shape, the ball gown, went through that, of course. Before ending this, let's give a shout out to Israel for wearing a suit during prelims evening wear. She wore a suit. She wore a suit, you guys. She wore a white suit on stage and it looked great. It was totally appropriate and I thought it was phenomenal. I mean, what does it say? It was a nice surprise. Thank you for the suit. You looked great in your suit. I approve of your suit. Like, what more does it say? She wore a suit. So just to recap, I'll read off the names one more time. For the top 20, in my top 20, my fantasy league of pageant girls, I have Russia, Spain, Great Britain, Albania, Canada, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Mexico, Kenya, India, Vietnam, Thailand, South Africa, Australia, Philippines, Ecuador, and then like the three that I was like super confused on was USA, Dominican Republic, and Kazakhstan. So that's my list of, you know, my Final Fantasy picks for the top 20. I'm so excited. I think we're all under the impression that Catriona Gray is an unstoppable force. Like, to beat her, ladies, you are going to have to really come out of your box, come out of your shell, because this girl is a freight train, okay? She's just not giving you any sort of chance. Like, the only way to take her out is to bring your A game, be completely comfortable on stage, be completely yourself, just have fun, because that girl is having the time of her life and we can all see it. And as far as I'm concerned, from what I'm seeing from prelims, the only person that possibly has a chance to take out that powerhouse is Vietnam. So maybe everybody needs to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z fusion style, all of their good qualities into Vietnam. So Vietnam can go after the Philippines, because that's the only way I see this happening. Like, in my opinion, Vietnam is the only person that can take out the Philippines. Unless somehow like Canada comes out of the box. But my bet is Vietnam, and Vietnam's my choice to win. I love everything about her, her personality, her attitude, her styling, her beauty. I love Vietnam. But yeah, if anybody's gonna take the Philippines, this unstoppable, beautiful force that she is, it's gonna be Vietnam. I know the girls are super excited. You all did so wonderfully. Like, we've all waited so long for this. It's just nice that it's finally coming to fruition, right? And I will be making more videos now that I'm not as busy and I don't have so many distractions and whatnot. But yay! Miss Universe has finally begun. We have the prelims. I'm so happy. Let me know what you think about what's going on. And in the comments, if you feel like what do you feel about the USA? Is she gonna place? Or let me know your thoughts. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. See you guys later. Bye.